Well then, good evening, friends. Welcome back to another Role-Playing Unlimited campaign kickoff. Thursday night, it's been a while since we've run a game on this night, but we are back with an all-new assembly of players, and one of them still going through the character crafting process right now, I do believe. But otherwise, we are set to kick this off and see just what is in store for our adventurers here. Join us, won't you, for all good things. I'm your host, Tragically HP, coming to you live from the 100th Meridian, where the Great Plains begin. Alrighty, so let's get in to the voice chat here. We're going to have some technical stuff to resolve first, it would sound like, but let's knock that out. Yes, indeed. Good evening, friends. Welcome to the game.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Howdy. What's going on, everybody? Good evening.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
So far, so good. Ready to hopefully survive.
Oh, tragically, such a fine young boy, always bringing us our D&D. I got some popsicles down here in the basement if you'd like one.
Oh my gosh.
How's it going there, Fox? Good to see you, man.
Thanks. Good to see y'all.
Andrew, welcome to the table. Hello, how's it going? Oh, I think he's trying to set his hotkey, if I read the chat right. I'm all over the place here.
I think Scubby is as well. That's the fellow that I brought in, Scooby.
What level character am I making?
Level 1. We are starting fresh. This is our first game.
Welcome, Scooby. Scooby, welcome. Hello. How do we pronounce that?
Scooby, like the old dog cartoon.
Fantastic. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. How you doing?
Doing okay. Any restrictions on character aside from standard character point array?
Standard array for the attributes, yes. Otherwise, if you use the Charactermancer to craft your character, you will see a massive list of options here, and all of them are available for your selection.
You can even make a Jedi.
Yeah, that's a bit more of a manual process. The Star Wars 5e books do not have the compendium like we do for D&D 5e, so there is that bit of a hurdle to climb over, but that is an option. Thank you for helping out with the technical stuff there with the Discord. And looks like we've got our next character in progress here.
Since I'm coming in last minute, what kind of campaign am I jumping into?
Session 1. Whatever campaign we want it to be.
It is a Spelljammer mixed bag kind of deal. In that, meaning that I have crossed it over with a Star Wars campaign that I've been running on and off for the better part of 20 years. In addition to a zombie apocalypse campaign that I also ran for a few years there over the last decade. And the D&D campaigns that I've been running for the past quarter century or so have all been kind of tied in and building to this massive story that we are playing out here called the Coalescence. Each table kind of has their own adventures going on. You'll see that some of them cross over and link in a variety of ways, but for the most part, each party kind of handles their own stuff.
Every time that you say Coalescence, it makes me think of the Coal Chamber from DDO, which also makes me think of the band Coal Chamber, and then I just think, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the mother burn.
And I think this still works right here. We had a little sneak peek at this last campaign, or last session during session 0. Yeah, it looks like the lighting restrictions have been turned off. This is the Star Destroyer Judicial that serves as the hub of all of our group's activities. All of our groups, save 2 of them. One of our Sunday groups and the group that you are all a part of are all members of TAC X, otherwise known as Tactical Extreme. And if you look here throughout the Star Destroyer, you can see characters scattered from many different parties, and all of our parties make their way here between missions for long rests and other upgrades and what have you.
Coolio.
So we have here our party of adventurers. I do believe I gave all of you who were here last session your boons. Those of you who are joining in right now are going to get those. So let's get...
50? 1, 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, boon.
Howdy, what's going on? Good evening.
Hello, everybody. Okay, the first time I've ever done the push to talk option.
No worries, it's working now.
Yes, indeed. So where is... There is. Okay, so we have Russ, Mike, and Andrew. Bam! There we go. Question, does anybody's Roll20 virtual tabletop display, is it currently just crowded with everybody's Roll20 avatars?
I have the one that says all good things. It has our 5 characters, plus it's got 3 more down below. And then at the bottom, there's a bunch of things that say 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 above our heads.
Gotcha.
I think
So
he was implying giant avatars were above our name.
Oh,
Exactly.
no. I've got the small ones.
fantastic. Yeah, if you have that set, you're already good to go. If your VTT is crowded with those, I was going to give the shortcut for how to alleviate that. Otherwise, all those number 1s that you see above everybody's avatars, those represent boons that your characters begin with. If they are set correctly, you should be able to see each other's boons. But I cannot see any of your cards. And each of them, as you can see, give a variety of effects. Some of them, because they are kind of homebrew items, have not necessarily been spelt out with all necessary mechanics. So I think there's one of them that says if you hit, you destroy the target's armor. In our case, that refers to non-magical armor. If you use it against a magical suit, the suit gets a saving throw kind of thing. Otherwise, those are one-use boons. You can play them whenever. I believe in all cases, unless they say otherwise, there's no action required to put it into play.
What does the steel card thing mean?
It's a weird Roll20 thing. I mean, if you want to look at other players' cards, you certainly have the option. But if you click on it, it's going to try to take that card out of their hand. But on their side of it, they have to give permission for you to take the card. So it's kind of a loose definition of the word, I would say.
Okay,
So if
I was just curious.
If I want to see the card, I just click on it, is it?
Correct. Yeah, when I click on them, I just see the backs of the cards. But when you click above each person's name there, you should be able to see the exact card that they have. If not, I will check the thing here. Yeah, it says players can see the fronts of cards, so you should be able to see. Alright, so that being taken care of, our characters, whether you choose to know each other, whether you are a band of strangers or a mix there between, is entirely up to your group. But
I had a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, when I made my character, I used the background from the FX Genesis rule. And for the starting gold, it didn't say gold. It had the other currency that's used in that game. So I wasn't sure how much starting gold to put down on my character.
Gotcha. It should be a 1-for-1 translation. It's just a different name for the same kind of currency.
All right, because I think it said 180, and I'm like, that's a lot for level 1.
For sure, but sometimes, I mean, backgrounds can give you a variety of different things. Sometimes new skill proficiencies, in rare cases, a feat. Other times you get some pretty cool equipment or extra starting coin, connections, etc.
All right. So just go with the 180?
Yeah.
That
And,
means you didn't start with any gear, though, right? You just got the 180 and you're going to buy your gear as you go?
it looks like
No,
that
it gave
came
me
from
some
part of his
gear.
background.
Right. And I noticed that all the background from Essex Genesis had like 100 or 150 something, like whatever currency that they listed. So it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit off.
Gotcha. Yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
fully play tested everything, so we're still kind of in the process of that. Anything appears to be horribly out of balance, of course, we course correct along the way, but some extra starting coin is not a huge issue at my tables. Case in point, since you are already on that section, everybody open your character sheets, get to that section, and where your gold pieces are, whatever it shows there, put 500 in front of it.
So when you say put 500 in front of it, you mean add a 5 if you have 15, so it's 515, or do you mean add
Correct.
500 as in 50,000?
I got excited when you said that. I was going to ask the same thing.
500 coins plus whatever your current is. Most of you have like 10 or 15 gold.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this is this ties into how our group will come to know each other if we do not already, as I was starting to say earlier. Each of your characters has received a letter from the Roali Guild of Adventurers. It is a coastal city that is rapidly expanding and gaining in recognition in the northwest territories of the Kingdom of Eucor on the Final Fantasy / Lord of the Rings homebrew-inspired world of Enemir. And the call is simply for capable adventurers who are looking for work. They will put you up, room and board. Your pay will be generous, and just as an incentive for you to come check out this new guild hall that they have built, you were each given 500 gold pieces to secure your reservation as part of this new guild of adventurers that they are putting together.
Woohoo!
Regardless of whether you accept the offer or not, if you get there and you're just like, yeah, this isn't really for me, supposedly the 500 coins are yours. I mean, they're not going to... Maybe they'll make you travel there and try and take it back from you, but yeah, good fucking luck trying, huh? So in that respect, our group does come to does come into each other's company along the road on the way to Roali. Whether we've known each other, whether we're all meeting each other for the first time, it is an area that is modeled more or less off of the Pacific Northwest and Northern California. Lots of rain, lots of green, lots of rivers, cool, humid temperatures alternating between the two. Tends to be somewhat still, but when it gets windy, it gets really, really frickin' windy. Otherwise, we are in the early stages of fall, and our group is already in each other's company at this point, so let's begin with character introductions for those who were not here last time around. And Boruk, if you would please introduce yourself first.
Sure. What you see standing or walking with the group is a massive, just under 8 foot tall, for lack of a better word, thing. It appears that in some sort of former life he might have been an ogre. However, it appears to currently have more of the visage of a flesh golem more than anything. Its gray skin is scarred and burned. Its face is mostly featureless, with bloodshot eyes and partially toothless mouth. And he's just a walking piece of muscle, more or less. Every step he makes is with a heavy stomp.
That's pretty freaking cool. Now that I commit your description more to memory, he reminds me of a character from the Friday Night Animator game that concluded back in December. His name was Mauler, and that was basically how he was described, as just a massive walking muscle. And when I tried to put that through Midjourney for the AI image of it, it came out looking like a humanoid person made out of ground up hamburger. it was unfortunate.
Yeah, luckily this one is flesh covered, so you don't have to worry about any meat falling off of him.
Oh, it's the Hamburglar.
He's an abomination.
And Callista would be up next here, based on the lineup here on our page. So tell us a bit about yourself, please.
So Callista is a winged tiefling. So you don't see the wings here, but what she does is, if she's walking with the crew, she's basically wearing leather, studded leather kind of armor. Got those horns, and what she does is she folds her wings around her like a cloak. She's, I think, about 5'5", and very much like what you see in the picture. Some tattoos here and there. Looks like she's carrying artificer-related items. So looks very much kind of like steampunky equipment kind of stuff.
She's techie. And witty.
Fantastic. And up next here we have Lilith.
Hey, Lilith is she's unique. She just likes her blue and green colors. She's about 5'6", blue hair, green eyes, greenish skin. She likes to rock her leather armor. No wings going on here. She might have a companion, I don't know. But she's 24. I just don't know much about her yet, so we're going to learn as we go.
Very cool. And we have
Tiefling then, right?
I believe Tiefling, yeah.
Sweet.
Oh yes, Tiefling. So sorry.
Tieflings
Tiefling
unite. Tieflings unite.
We got two. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Evanara would be our next introduction.
All right. Well, I guess we go to the flip side now, because Evanara is actually an ASMR, and so she stands about 5'11". 5'11", around 165 pounds. She's got golden eyes, her skin's pale, and her hair is red. She's sporting scale mail, a nice big warhammer that actually has the Lathander symbol on it, and a shield with Lathander symbol on it as well.
Very cool. And last but not least of the currently completed assembly is Yutsuki. Tell us a bit about yourself, pal.
Okay, Yutsuki is average, high average build. What kind of on the slender build. I get used to that. Currently just wearing some light leather armor. He's got some obvious elvish physical characteristics, but he's got white hair and gray ashen skin. And he's not very heavily armed. But he's got obviously bow and some daggers.
Very cool. And I have 2 characters here who will be accompanying us in the early stages of the adventure. They will be meeting us at the location of the guild hall itself very shortly. One of them is named Halen, and the other is Kremlock. Val, if they are able to join us next time around, we may find out a bit more about their character. But here at the magnificent guild hall that you have all been promised room and board and limitless adventure and more gold than you could possibly hope to spend in a lifetime, check out these fancy digs.
It's empty.
Dirt road? Nice.
So I mean, everything matches up based on the invitation. You're at the right coordinates. You can see the landmarks in the distance that are mentioned on the map. You can even see a foundation of sorts in the grass itself here, where the guild hall seems to have recently stood. It's almost like the Wizard of Oz tornado just like came in and frickin' ripped the guild hall right out of here. And upon your arrival, you find 2 others who are seemingly just as confused as you. And this is where they will introduce themselves. Hi, I'm Kremlock. This is a red dragonborn. You would guess fighter, but he may possibly have some paladin in him. But it is not obvious. He's not obviously bearing any holy artifacts, but he does have kind of that paladin authoritative aura about him. And the elf, Halen. Good morning there, folks. Have you followed the invite here as well, and nothing, huh?
Yes, I thought maybe I had misread the invitation here, but if you all have the same one, this should be the right spot. She's going to go and walk over and look at the foundation. It seems like there was something here at one point.
Yes, we've been here.
Rather intriguing.
We've been here just under an hour. We've not found anything yet of interest, but yes, please, let's have a look around, because this is quite peculiar indeed. We were hired actually as instructors for the new mercenaries to sign on.
Oh, I guess we should introduce ourselves.
Ah, I am called Halen. This is Kremlock.
I am Evanara Lightsworn. A pleasure to meet you. I am a cleric of Lathander.
Ah, cleric. Very pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Hail to ye. I'm Callista. I'm pleased to meet y'all. I'm an artificer right now, but I'm looking to be studying wizardry eventually in the future.
Oh, one of those caster types. Yeah, that magic is a mystery to this here dragonborn. But I swing this glaive like few others. He gives it a swipe through the air, and you would not want to be in that area of effect.
I'm envious of anyone who has the intelligence to be able to be a wizard. I tried studying, but I have trouble focusing on the religious texts even.
Let's see here. Alright, let me take a look-see at your character here. Do you have a token set up for it? Yes, you do. Well, that'll make this considerably easier. We have another in the same boat. Add the same 500 gold pieces to your sheet if you've not. Oh, you already did. And yes, a straggler approaching. Here comes a new challenger.
You'd mentioned something about some kind of boon or something that I'd missed before. That's the only thing I think I'm missing at this point.
If you look on the virtual tabletop there, right above your name where it says Russ, that number 1 is the boon card. Just getting your token set up, but go ahead and introduce your character as you are approaching. And I don't know, with this lineup, I don't know the approach of a Minotaur would necessarily be 2 arms, everybody! But play it as you like. Question: Do
I would be
Minotaurs
startled about it.
have night vision?
They do not in the version that I grabbed anyway.
Gotcha. So I'm just going to give you the standard torch or lantern 20/20, 20 bright, 20 dim. Otherwise, you are good to proceed. Welcome to the table.
Hey all, it seems I'm part of this invitation as well.
Oh,
A
thank
large-
goodness. I thought we were going to have to fight against you.
I chuckle
I-
at that. This battered and beaten Minotaur starts walking up about 7 foot tall. Looks like he's been through the ringer more than once.
I'm Callista. What's your name?
I'm Mayor Doll. Just call me Mayor for short if you wish.
Hello, I am called Lilith.
Waves a hand in greeting to everybody.
How about you two? Are you going to introduce yourself, Yutsuki and Borok?
Borok.
He's not quite the talkative type.
I've seen every type. Those who talk
Kind
amongst
of,
themselves.
I don't know if we covered that last session right there. Anybody who wants to do any role play in the chat log right there, if you want to have it pop like I just posted right there so it kind of stands out for everybody, type in the exclamation, lowercase CEM space, and then whatever you want to type, and then enter thereafter. Whatever color you have chosen for your avatar on the bottom of the screen will be the backdrop color of your text block. The other option is the /E. It's cool, but it doesn't stand out as much as the other, and everybody's will be that same orange color, so it can kind of blend in somewhat. So the CEM, I think, works out pretty well for those who like to do any text RP.
That works.
Heck yeah. If I haven't set that up on the Monday, Tuesday table there, Terry, just let me know when we get to it. I have it set up with all of the other API scripts for the Roll20 tables, but sometimes when the scripts crash, they just get lost in the shuffle. Yes, indeed. Ah, thanks for the cheer.
Lilith is wandering around a little looking at everything. What's going on here?
Yeah, anybody who wants to investigate the site per se, let's try some investigation rolls. Let's get these dice clacking. I don't
Would a
use
perception work?
it. Perception can work from a different angle. Yep.
And also, anyone who had been traveling with Evanara would have 2 good berries on them, because in the evening, before she goes to sleep, she would cast them and hand them out to the group. The difference is normal good berries only heal 1 hit point, hers heal 4.
Ooh.
Wow.
Also, with the 2 dice rolls, when we don't have advantage or disadvantage, are we always using the first one rolled on the left?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
just want to make sure.
Yeah, by default, I like to keep the advantage disadvantage on, especially for our inspiration purposes. All of them can be used after the roll, so if you happen to see, crap, I got a natural 1, but a natural 20 on the other side, those are typically your opportunities for, like, I'm gonna burn that inspiration right now.
Got it. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Can we use guidance for this?
Guidance can work. Ooh. Even it out to a dirty 20. The Foundation has a definite magical enchantment placed upon it. And there are also other signs of a recent disturbance having taken place here based on the blueprints that you were given of what the guild hall was to look like. You would guess the courtyard from which you would typically enter would be over here. We do not hear you right now there, Andrew. If it's not working for you, go ahead and drop out of Discord and then jump back in. Sometimes it's just a basic reset like that.
All we're hearing is static coming from you, Andrew.
Oh, gotcha. I don't hear anything at all. Damn it! So the courtyard area that is over here has signs of recent battle. Like some of the grass has some old blood stains on it that you would guess to be maybe 12 to 30 hours old. In addition to the stains, obvious signs of combat footwork, heels dug in, rapid shifting movement, etc. in that same courtyard area. But what happened to the guild hall itself remains a mystery. But the foundation itself, the center dirt area right over here, is definitely enchanted. Anybody with a basic understanding of magic can just kind of feel that arcane energy resonating.
I don't know about you guys, but it looks like we might have been too late for this guild. I mean, it looks like there is a fight here.
What could have just ripped the guild away, though? I mean, they said we were in for some strong work, but this is unexpected.
I mean, it is windy in these parts, I guess.
Oh, they didn't build it out of paper again, did they?
You say
Callista's
again,
gonna-
do you know this guild already?
We've worked with one of their representatives in the past. That's how they knew to hire us as trainers.
Callista's gonna fly up to see if there's anything that she can see in, further away, if that makes sense.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check in that response. And our Dragonborn here just spits out a exhalation of fire in a direction where nobody is standing, seemingly just out of frustration, just like, damn it!
Is this guild hall based inside of a city, or is this like out in the middle of the countryside?
It's like 4 miles away from the city. Like, you can clearly see the seaport city out in the distance, but right here in these plains, it's very open. Like, not a lot of hills, no big forests or mountains for cover. So, like, if the guild hall had somehow been tornadoed and relocated somewhere, you'd think you'd be able to see it from here. And flying up with not the greatest perception check, not a whole lot to see right now, but no signs of the missing guild hall.
Callista comes back and reports to everyone.
Which one of you is gonna be leading this this force in a fight? If it comes down to it? And his eyes seem to kind of naturally gravitate towards the Minotaur and the flesh column when he asks such a question.
I'll take point.
I'm leader. I'm captain.
You're the captain. All right.
Yes,
I like the
listen.
confidence, and you'll take point as well. That's what this group needs. Sound decisions. Let's say he draws a long sword in one hand, a short sword in the other, and assumes a combat stance. Let's see what you got. We're not gonna assume this is a bust entirely. So he scoots on right over down to here and puts himself right between the two of you and just kind of gives Halen a little shoo gesture, and she backs away 10 feet, knowing not to mess with her friend when he's upset.
As he's saying those words, I'm just gonna swing down with my great axe towards him.
All right.
Do you want us all fighting you, or just those two?
Just the two prime fighters. I'd just like to test your mettle here for a moment. Oh, yeah.
That is a 22.
A 22 will definitely land. Are we trying for true damage or sparring damage?
He just told me to hit him. I didn't let him finish what he was saying, so I'm just swinging down, just a completely vertical slash right towards him.
All right. Well, that gets through his plate armor and leaves a nice slash on his left arm. And there's initially a snarl of surprise, followed by a smile of, you would guess, pride. And he kind of cocks his head back over at the Minotaur as if to, well, what you got?
I back up and then charge with a gore.
Uh-oh. Oh, hell yeah.
Attempt to do subdual damage.
Okay. 24 will absolutely hit. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll that subdual. Woof! All right. So taking both of those, he then reaches out to give each of you a attempted little love tap here. First against the Minotaur. A 19 for 11 subdual. And he then steps one over to short sword Boruk with a 15 for 4. Also subdual.
Would the Minotaur get an attack of opportunity?
If he so wishes.
I'll take it.
All right.
And then there was one instructor.
Ow! Money on the dice here. I would encourage you to set your thing up for always advantage, just in case. There's numerous advantages to it. No pun intended.
That's a good one.
So, following that exchange, he is significantly slashed and bruised from those two subdual hits. And he gives both of you a nod of approval. Aye, if we get in contact with these people again, I think we got us a solid crew right here. And the rest of you, you're all magically inclined, is that it? Or where do your talents lie? And he starts reaching in his bag for some healing potions. Dual
Well-
damage will heal up on its
Good.
own after 5 rounds of combat, 30 seconds.
Well, like I said, I'm a cleric of Lathander, so I usually specialize in healing and light magic.
Are you talented in the combat arts or offensive magic as well?
Well, yes, I can do some offensive magic as well. I'm also pretty handy with this, and she kind of twirls her hammer.
I thought you were about to bust out a lightsaber.
So
That would be awesome.
Just all of a sudden.
Pretty handy with this, a hand grenade.
The holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Fetch the holy hand grenade!
Callista will say, I'm currently an artificer, but I'm going to be exploring chronogy magics eventually. If you want to think about my role, I think I'm probably more controller.
Chrono. What's it, Nancy?
Oh, magic of time.
Oh, like the haste spell.
Aye, something like that.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I haven't had it put on me yet. It seems like my heart wouldn't be able to handle it. And playing under previous editions, you'd age by a year each time you used it.
She's very amused. She's very amused.
I'm sorry to break the fourth wall with this and everything else, but it just reminded me of the talk about having liches and stuff actually using older edition magics because they're that old.
Yes. Yeah, I love that one. Roll your save versus Rod, Staff, or Wand. What? I hit an armor class of -6.
Wait a minute.
So, in the background here, as Kremlock grabs a potion of greater healing, house rules here at Roleplaying Unlimited, most groups do this, I've observed. For healing potions, you can bonus action to drink the healing potion. All other potions we use a standard action for. Additionally, when it comes to healing potions, if you use a standard action to drink it, there's no need to roll for restoration, you just get the full value back. So in this case, Kremlock spent the action to drink a greater, and he gets 20 hit points back.
I do have a question about that. Would that work also the same for good berries? If you use the bonus action to use them, or do you have to still use a full action?
Do good berries post up the spell? Does it specify you have to use an action to eat it?
Yes,
I think
it's
it
an
does. I
action.
think it does. We joked about that before. It's like the most delicious thing. Like, you're like in a commercial, and you gotta like savor every freaking bite of it.
Yes, it does take an action to normally use it. That's why I was curious.
Yeah. Part of how we bonus action our potions as well is narrative flavor. Sometimes they're just a little like a shot vial. Other times they're like a Bacta patch that you can just kind of place on somebody's wounds. Other times it's a pill that you just can pop in somebody's mouth. Or your own, of course. Eating a berry. Yeah, you use your action to eat it. So yeah, that still stands as is.
Okay, just checking.
The question that you asked me, though, I think we can go with on a playtest basis and just play it as it goes and see how we go with it.
All right, sounds good.
Well, I'll take your word for it when it comes to the magic stuff. I'm not as apt to have that kind of stuff tested on me as I am this guy's greatsword. But yeah, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna hang out back right here and do a second wind.
So, not targeting anyone in particular, Evanara will actually use... What doesn't have it listed on there? She'll fire off a Cecily's Storm Shot.
Oh.
Yeesh, I mean, it's a bright, clear day, but off in the distance, when the spell finds its other side, you hear a very faint.
Oh, great use of a soundboard.
Nothing like the Wilhelm yell.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm still trying to figure out what the new one is, because they told us around the time of episode 8 that they had phased out the Wilhelm with episode 7, and they had a new scream that they were going to use over and over that they were waiting for people to identify. I've not found it yet.
So there's one thing I can do. It's very useful against people who are using metal armor. And she kind of looks over at any of the fighters that are wearing heavy metal armor.
Kremlock takes a step back. Oh, and somehow elongates.
Whoa!
Tentatively
Enlarge these.
raise my hand.
I think he got a little excited. I also can combat with radiant energy and also necrotic energy. Or sorry, cold energy, I believe it is.
Ooh. Yeah, I've been hit by magic a few times in combat. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's necrotic energy.
Radiant and necrotic, pretty cool. Halen's only boast is, I am quite adept with the bow. At anything else, it's a distant second. And with that, she traces an imaginary line in 3 spaces around Kremlock's position and fires off a trio of arrows, all of which hit their space in the ground nearby him. And then she points at a cluster of dead shrubs in the far distance and just kind of does like the Babe Ruth, I'm going to call my shot here, and then just kind of hits each one of those shrubs with a half dozen arrows. And then she looks slyly over at Yutsuki. I notice you're quite silent in this exchange. Shall I take from that where your true talents lie, or have you anything to say? Oh, yep, looks like he's trying to talk and we're not hearing him. That also happens frequently. So if you didn't already, do the log out and log back in. On the Discord, I should say, in the voice chat.
It might be a microphone plug too. If it's wired, that causes static a lot.
It can be, yeah. One recommendation for the push to talk, I don't know how it functions with anybody else's setup, but for myself, the insert key works wonders because it doesn't have any applications with Roll20 or Discord that will fuck things up. Like if you're holding the A key and then you look at your chat log on Roll20, you're like, oh, I just typed in ah! Or if you're holding the space key, and likewise, your next sentence will start like 9 sentences down from where it should. It's happened.
I found control key works fairly well as well.
Nice. Control has applications on the streaming side for me, which is why I don't use it. But yeah, otherwise, solid choice. So Andrew is typing, but he hasn't jumped back into the Discord. Maybe he's doing like a full reset. The shadows.
Only the shadow knows.
The shadow?
Is that better?
Hey, welcome back, buddy.
We can
All
hear
right.
you.
All right. Don't know what happened there, but all right.
It's a frequent
yeah,
issue,
you said you just looked at everybody to, well, like what I tried to. I prefer to fight in the shadows where I gain the most benefit of my abilities. But continue with your demonstrations. I do find it entertaining.
But of course. And both of the NPC's eyes turn to Lilith after this exchange, and they just kind of silently inquire with a raised eyebrow as to what they may expect from you in our ensuing adventures.
I raise my eyebrows in return. I like natural magic arts. And my whip. I tend to have fun with that.
Ooh, natural magic. I studied that at school.
Naturalism.
Natural.
By that you mean the druidic arts?
I do indeed mean the druidic arts. I do. I also enjoy studying the stars.
Have ye the ability for changing into animals?
I do. I like changing to animals. I also can carry someone along with me too.
That is always an extraordinary ability, especially in my tribe. Our druids are quite revered. It will be a pleasure to have one of your talent at our side.
Thank you indeed.
So, this is all well and good, but what are we supposed to do about this guild?
That is a very good question.
It is. I mean, we got the city off in the distance. Maybe somebody saw something out there. Maybe we start taking a hike in that direction.
That sounds like a good idea. And she's going to start walking in a random direction.
And seemingly triggered by that statement, the coastal city off in the distance is suddenly overcome by the largest tornado any of you have ever seen. Extending miles and miles into the sky. The sky is instantly overcast and gloomy, and a rain and lightning effect begins to fall upon the land, evidenced by the sudden change in our battle map here.
Avanara looks kind of shocked, and she's like, "That wasn't me. I didn't do that."
And
I knew it was the wind.
taking a gaze in a different direction, you see a second one of these tornadoes just wreaking havoc with some swamplands off to the east of your position.
Avanara is going to dash over by the foundation and try to find herself some cover that she can duck down underneath.
All right.
Bora readies to fight the tornado.
What does the foundation look like?
It is concrete, and it has
slab?
It's a huge slab in the dirt, and there is also a lot of engravings placed upon it, arcane sigils.
How big is the foundation, like the area?
It covers most of this map. The best area that we can see where it is protruding from the dirt is the brownish dirt as opposed to the grass, but this was a large guild hall that would have taken this entire map.
Is there by chance any basement windows or anything in the foundation?
There does not appear to be a cellar or basement. Let's get some insight checks here, please.
Boom.
Damn, natural 20. Oh, yeah, I think you'll need. There you go.
Hey, first nat 20.
Hey, first one.
Yes, indeed.
Good thing that was in the second roll.
Well, here's the trick. No matter how good or how bad you rolled, this entire situation, if was not obvious, has a distinct end of the world vibe to it. And looking up at the moon of Vasilia, normally a bright golden globe in the night sky, now that the entire area around you has become gloomy, the moon is quite present in your vision, and it is a deep obsidian shade instead of its normal bright golden hue. So whatever's going on here is affecting lands far beyond just this area where the guild hall used to be. And as you kind of look to each other, look around to try to ascertain just what the next play is, from the south come some whispers that soon manifest out of the mist in the forms of these guys.
Shadows! No! Hey, Yusuke, you're up. There's the shadows you wanted.
Yeah, I said I prefer to fight from the shadows, not fight the shadows themselves.
Then get in
Oh
there.
my.
And in the near distance emerging from the haze behind them, making his debut after 120 plus sessions of this campaign, the long-awaited arrival of the big bad. Darth motherfucking Nihilus himself
Darth Bob.
is in the field of play. And this is where it's going to get a little crazy before any initiative is rolled, just to establish the setup that we have here. Our NPCs will rush into the fray in an attempt to set up the opening lines of combat. And in this little plot device pause here, oh, I've lost something. That's not helpful. That's particularly not helpful. There we go. Yeah. So, our cocky, confident, possibly a paladin dragonborn rushes the Sith, is hit with a devastating hit for over 100 points of damage,
Oh,
and he is instantly, his flesh and his gear just shrivel into dust, and you see what little remains of his spirit, almost like in the original Mortal Kombat movie, when the main villain is sucking the spirits and souls of his vanquished into him. And we're going to take another quick retort here.
Fatality.
Flawless victory. 12, 20, 24. All of the shots fail to hit their mark. And as a legendary interrupt, he will use that Sith Drain ability on her for even more damage. And there goes our elven veteran. It is at this point, when all hope seems to be lost, that we spot a vessel passing quickly overhead, and it seems to take note of your dilemma, and it puts down just over here to the northwest. And as if we didn't have enough tieflings in the group already, I have created yet another NPC, possibly may survive longer than these previous two. It's a Star Wars tiefling, otherwise known as a Deveronian. And this is she with her blaster rifle trained. And, I mean, it seems like an obvious time to come with me if you want to live. But that's not really her style. Her style is more, you want to live? Get on board! And that will turn the field of play back over to your group here.
Do we have to roll initiative now?
We do not. These guys got a free turn outside of initiative, so too will your group before any such is established.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
run to the ship.
Evanar is going to actually take a 5-foot step here.
All right.
She's going to attack this guy with a luminous bolt. Does a 20 hit?
1 second. A 20. Yes, it does.
There's the damage. 4 radiant damage, and it has to make a DC 13 saving throw, Constitution, or be blinded.
Gotcha.
And it
Well-
might be weak to shadow or to light radiant because it's shadow, but I might be wrong.
Right. That is a typical first play against these things, and it's there where we discover this ability here, as it is not only immune to Radiant, but it instead heals from Radiant. It was at full hit points anyway, so it doesn't really matter in that respect. It is not immune to being blinded, however. So con save is a 22.
It is not blinded. And then she is going to dash for the ship.
Oh, that didn't go well.
Is that what you intended to do?
Have you tried rolling better?
Is that what I intended to do? To shoot it with the beam of light? Yes. I was hoping it would have actually done something, but, well, obviously not.
I mean, now's the chance we have to ally with this big bad, because we are healing his minions.
Alrighty, so we make our way onto the ship, and no sooner are we on board that than we are kicking off into space. And as detailed here in the opening little chapter, my homebrew world of Enemir, at least in this multiverse, all good things must come to an end. Enemir is ground zero for Nihilus's origin point into the campaign, and that does not spell good things for anybody on that world. We're actually going to take an early halftime break here, so we'll have a larger chunk of gameplay on the other side of it than usual. But stretch our legs, grab a soda, grab a snack, whatever, and we will catch you in about 10-15, friends. Are you with us?
See you in a minute.
Sounds good.
Yeah, awesome.
Yuppers.
Shall we play a game?
Do you want to play a game?
Welcome back to our new map here. Just a brief segue here, a brief glimpse at the darkened moon of Enemir, otherwise known as Cecilia, and your character's position aboard the rescue craft, where our tiefling savior, accompanied by, doesn't look like, she has a distinct military presence about her. Uniform alone gives it away. But the other passengers aboard the ship have very much of a we were just rescued from certain calamity vibe. And most of them not adventuring folk such as yourselves. A lot of common folk, a couple middle class, possible lower nobility of a variety of different races here in 5e.
Elenara will actually be looking at them and just tending to any that need medical attention.
Yeah, there's a good number of scrapes and bruises and just kind of people who were jostled too quickly in their attempts to escape. Nobody, fortunately, under any severe injuries, i.e. No real damage sustained, but definitely a lot of trauma and panic.
How many people are on the ship?
Let's randomize it. Oh, not as many as I thought. 17! Plus yourselves, and then plus the captain of the vessel.
What about everybody that was in the town? They're all going to need help.
Captain kind of gives a regretful look over her shoulder as everybody kind of ponders the significance of those words and the futility of trying to go back against such an impossible foe.
Seeing the futility of convincing the captain to go to help others, Evanara will go down to her knees and start doing prayer to the Morning Lord and offering for others of the survivors and such to join in if they need to.
Oops. Goodness, I cannot type. Yeah, there's a significant number of the 17 who are definitely in faith mode right now. Captain looks over at those of you most recently rescued. Are you all right?
Evanara is too busy praying at the moment to answer, so she'll leave it to the rest of the party.
Yeah, Callista's just in awe and says, I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before.
I think most of us here were unscathed. But it looks like the two that claim to be the strongest were quickly laid out.
I caught the briefest glimpse of your contest as we were flying over. I regrettably was unable to arrive in time for your companions to find refuge.
I've
That
only
is indeed
seen
tragic.
I've only seen power like that in Legend.
It is a resurgence of an ancient threat that will soon, if rumors are to be believed, will soon encompass the entirety of the known galaxy.
That's a new word to me.
Which one?
Galaga? Galaxy?
Ah, yes, you may know it more as the astral plane. The infinite void that connects all of our different worlds.
Evanara will pause in her prayers and go, "You said a resurgence, so this has happened before?"
At least twice.
So then surely you know how to stop them.
You would think so. It would appear with each defeat, the foe has grown more knowledgeable about how to counter us as well. To
Is
my
this a
knowledge,
merely-
your group may be the first to have encountered him in the flesh. Was there
Is it
anything...
merely the
Oh, please, go ahead.
Is it merely the three entities that we encountered that is a threat?
The shadow creatures that he had in his company are seemingly infinite and have been spotted on numerous worlds, seemingly as a herald of his coming arrival.
Well, you saw it yourself. My light powers didn't seem to do anything to those shadows, which is very strange. Most of the time, creatures of darkness recoil at the light.
Oh, yes, I could have... well, it's pointless, yes. We have experienced that on a few occasions. Ironically, the opposite spectrum seems to affect them horribly. The necrotic energies are particularly damaging to them.
Good to know.
And what of interest would have drawn him to the planet? It could have been us.
It is unlikely it was your presence. I'm uncertain why he would have been in your immediate vicinity. His scale is more planetary. His is known to devour, is his forte. He arrives at a world, he senses a significant population of life, and using his powers of the Force, Esper, magic, whatever it is you are most familiar with, his powers are on such a grand scale that he does not typically combat individuals on a face-to-face basis. He typically just drains the planet from orbit. So it is strange for him to have been on the planet itself. Did he... He's not known to speak, but was there any indication of his purpose, his intent? Was there anything he did that seemed out of the ordinary?
Well, we did all have an invite.
If we knew more about him, we could tell if there was something out of the ordinary. But that ever viewing, laying our eyes on him, as far as I know.
The place that we were invited to had just vanished. The guild hall itself was just gone. And then they appeared shortly after we arrived and took out the two people we had met there.
Now, when he killed them, it did look like their souls entered his body.
Yes. It is...
Most definitely suspicious.
It is known that any who fall to his abilities are unable to be revived by the traditional means. It typically would take a deific intervention or the most powerful of magical spells, the Wish, for anyone slain by his powers to restore to life.
Is he a god then?
There are cults that would treat him as such. But his only purpose is to devour. In fact, the first time he was defeated, it is said in legend that he devoured until he could eat no more, but his hunger would not allow him to stop, and he ate himself to death.
So is he a world eater?
He is.
And what's your role in this? I'm Callista, by the way. Thanks for saving us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I wish this craft could have held more and that I had a larger crew. And forewarning and so many other things. I am Lieutenant Olandor, however, and I work for the Core Worlds Confederacy, based out of Coruscant. If you've not heard of it, it is the central planet, if you will, in the known galaxy. More specifically, I work for a splinter organization of their military known as Tactical Extreme. TAC-X, if you will. And I was here on this world, in fact, searching for new recruits when this occurred. So my mission was scuttled almost before it could begin. Unfortunately, the small crew that I had with me were too far spread out for me to recover all at once. So only one of them, and she points over to one person who, until now, you would have just assumed was one of the refugees because he's just kind of dressed in normal clothes. But now that you kind of get a closer look, yeah, he's a little too clean-shaven and clothes pressed too perfectly to just be a normal civilian. He's the only one of my crew I was able to rescue. These refugees and yourselves aside, I'm not certain where I should take you aside from our home base, our ship, until such a time that we can get our bearings.
Lathander always guides me to where I need to be, so I'm assuming this is where I need to be.
You said that you
Sorry.
were all gathered to that site. Under what pretenses?
To join a guild, to help, adventure, make money.
I see. And the hall was gone, you said.
Leveled.
It
Yes, I
seems
wish-
like the building itself was just torn from the foundation. Either torn or for lack of a better word, just it just completely disappeared.
Yes, I do wish we had
Gone.
the opportunity to explore this more. I can offer you a similar proposition on a larger scale. I'm not certain how much it is that they were offering you or what type of work it is that you would be doing, but TAC-X is in need of capable adventurers such as yourselves.
I mean, I have nowhere else to go. If the terms are all right, I'd be happy to help. But all of this is very new. I mean, I've heard about travel through the astral, but this is a bit much.
It does take a bit getting used to if you're new to it.
I would be interested.
It sounds like we don't have a home to go back to anymore, or it won't be there soon. So I'm in.
If the pay is right, then lead the way.
As I've already said, Lathander leads me where I need to be. He obviously guided me to you for a reason.
And I follow you.
Well, that'll bring us to our next map here then. As any additional RP you wish to have amongst yourselves, of course, feel free to get going on that, but we are headed to the Judicial itself. And we're going to have to clear out our... This is a mixture of our Tuesday and Wednesday crew over here in the War Room, visiting with Captain Piper. We're going to have to relocate them. If you have seen in the Discord server, the Ship Tavern, where people do text RP between sessions, it is called Bolstoon's Place. That is this section right down here. It is the ship's mess hall and general gossiping location. Because there's no real linear time in all of these connected campaigns, i.e. you don't have to worry about, well, what happened with Tuesday and does it directly affect us right now? It either does or it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily matter whether you had your campaign before them or they had theirs before yours. It's all kind of taking place at the same time. In that respect, between sessions, even if you're caught in the midst of an epic battle, you don't have to be like, well, damn, I wish I wasn't in the middle of this battle. I could go RP. There's none of those restrictions at all. So if you ever wish to head on down to Bolstoon's Place, you can do so. Additionally, as part of Tactical Extreme, I don't know why he keeps disappearing, but this is his office right here. Let me bring everybody's favorite back into the play. And once again, as if we did not have enough tieflings, this was the first tiefling NPC here. The ship's merchant, known as Merdian. Welcome, welcome. I can facilitate all of your business deals over right here. And if you look in your character journal at the very top, you will see this thing called Merdian's Inventory. At any point between missions, you may come visit me and make purchases. Additionally, if you are a Tier 3 subscriber to Roleplaying Unlimited Twitch channel, you get 25% off these prices, and you may summon me to your location once per session. Most groups have done this to get some needed healing, some needed spell scrolls to make up spells that they are currently lacking in the midst of combat. One particular session when they were fighting against a Dracolich, and she had finally broken out of her lair and the combat was taking place in open skies, they summoned Meridian so that they could all get their hands on some brooms of flying. So having options to get your hands on some gear in the field, this is your guy right here. So Meridian is a frequent NPC in all of our campaigns. Now that we have this all set up right there, let's get your characters into the briefing room where we will meet Captain Piper, who is a Trandoshan who looks a bit like a Tonberry from Final Fantasy games. Drawn courtesy of Kyrios there in our Discord server. Go say hey to him if you get a chance. So there is Baruch, Evanara, Callista, Lilith, Myrdal, Yutsuki, and our two other characters will possibly join us another time, but here is our group meeting up with Captain Piper, our lieutenant tiefling friend. She will possibly be joining us at another time, but she will leave you here in the captain's presence as we determine the future for this group and what it is we want to do.
I can't move my token.
What's happening?
I cannot move my token.
Oh, that is, alrighty, I'm going to erase all of you and fix that real quick. I know what the problem is. Let's get your tokens from the original map and link those properly to your character sheets. Copy.
Can we drag our own token onto the board? That should give us control of it.
I don't have them linked properly to you, so it wouldn't work in this respect. But these tokens will work for you for the time being. And then while you're getting set up here, I'm going to go ahead and link those up to your character sheets. Give me a few moments on that. That's half of them. Oh gosh, something's happening. I don't know why these character sheets are all effing up on me now.
Yeah, mine just, I had to close and reopen it. It was like bugged out.
Yeah, I had finished Boruk and Evanara, and then I was moving on to Yutsuki, and then suddenly Boruk and Evanara's character sheets opened up on me again. Oh, for goodness sake.
Now I'm getting duplications of my stuff.
Oh, gotta love that Roll20 lag. Yeah, thank you. Oh, I think I just got a complete freeze here. I'm going to do a Roll20 page reload. Oh yeah, complete freeze. It's not even letting me back out. Whoops! One eye is the man. Yes, indeed. Alright, come on, Roll20. Alright, screw you. I'll just force close the page. And I'll open a new one. Meh.
Use the force.
But I thought I would just, no, use the force. Alright, trying to load back in. Hopefully that's an easier process than loading out. So far, so okay. Alright, we're back. I'm back, baby! Alright, I'm not going to tempt fate here and try to fuck with that again. I will make sure to get that done at some point here over our session. But you should all have control of these tokens, correct?
Yep.
All that matters for now. Don't need to fix what's not broke. So Captain Piper looks upon all of you, and despite his reptilian disposition, he does display a degree of sympathy for your position, having just lost your world, and speaks to that effect in...
I take it that your story will become more common throughout the galaxy as Nihilus's rampage spreads. It is a common tragedy in his wake, historically.
There's nobody trying to stop him?
Our group is currently collating what information we can to present a direct and decisive assault against him. Again, historically, fights against him have tended to drag and take place over great spans of time and at multiple locations. We would like to avoid that this time around, if at all possible. And there is also an additional complication with a villainous organization known as the Ministry. I'm not certain from which worlds you hail, be they Kryn, Faerun, Enemir, Greyhawk, Al-Qadim. But what we have seen so far from Nihilus is very sparse. Most of his comings have been rumored and foretold, and to be honest, many in the Confederacy have doubted their legitimacy, given that he has already returned once and supposedly was vanquished in that exchange. But when it comes to the Ministry, you can rest assured that they are as connected as is the Core Worlds Confederacy. Names such as Lord Soth, Colonel Starr, Zastam, Acererak, they are all in league. And what their purpose is, we are also trying to determine. We have multiple teams in the field as we speak, trying to get to the root of that matter. But where the complication lies is that we have been told by a seer, so take that as you will, that the only way Nihilus is to be defeated this time is if somehow we can find it in ourselves to work side by side with this Ministry to combine our powers in an offensive against him. We have made some positive strides in this respect. We have also run into roadblocks, as you would expect. This is the field that you would be playing on. The danger is great. The compensation is extraordinary, I will not lie. Successful missions earn in the thousands of coin. While you are not technically part of the official military, we do have a merchant that can provide you with top quality equipment, and we have a doctor here who can restore you to life under not the gravest, but usually most circumstances.
Well, if it's for the greater good, I'm more than happy to help as much as I can.
Piper nods along in response to that, looks to the rest of you.
Aye, same.
Definitely down for fun.
If I can bash its face in somehow, I am definitely all in for this.
Yes, same.
So what kind of weaponry do you use to fend off an enemy of that sort?
In the battle that he was most recently involved in, I want to say maybe 90 years ago. It was similar to what we are experiencing here. It was a collection of some of the galaxy's greatest heroes and villains alike, standing side by side. And what information we are gathering seems to resonate somewhat with what we're seeing here. He had an army of spirits that seemed to fuel him, even under the most grievous of assaults. The Jedi, the Imperial Knights, the Paladins, all of them would bring him to the brink of death, and he would sacrifice these spirits to the eternal void, never to be restored, and rejuvenate himself seemingly to completion. It was only the combined assault and the unfortunate elimination of all of these souls that spelled the end for Nihilus last time. It was said that he was to be eradicated forevermore, so as far as how he is returned this time around, we are still, again, trying to figure that one out.
Could it be an imposter?
Anything is possible. I am told that your group encountered him personally.
Yes. He was there, or at least I assume this is the person that you were talking about, and she'll go on to describe what she saw.
Did you feel any presence, such as you might with a dragon, like an aura of fear that compelled you to run?
No.
I did not.
This is one check in the positive column. It has been theorized that with this resurgence, his powers had grown to deific standards, and the mere presence of him would cause mortals to quake and flee in terror. It is refreshing to know that we may have a chance of standing against him collectively when it comes down to it.
Was that unnatural storm part of his doing?
The what form? Go ahead. Go say again.
The unnatural storm that engulfed us.
That seemingly was part of his arrival into that system, much as one might use a teleport gate or a portal or something in that respect. The storm seems to have been his way of moving from one place to another.
Does the storm create an environment that he's able to sustain himself in, or is he able to sustain himself without the storm?
The storm is a new occurrence. In previous lore, there was no mention of any kind of storm, only the army of spirits that accompanied him. If you are all, in fact, willing to sign on, I can offer you a healthy starting bonus. We are quite eager for you to start right away.
Sign me up.
Quite eager.
What's it doing?
Alright, he breaks out a data pad. He's going to scan your retinals, your fingerprints, have you sign over your documents and your waivers and all that stuff. And don't worry about the part that says if you die and are eaten by the horrible sloth monster of Yavin 4. Just kind of gloss over that part. Overall, though,
Callista is very curious and will be very nosy about this data pad.
So what's this about killing rabbits?
What about the rabbits, George?
So what's this about killing rabbits?
Yeah, nothing about killing rabbits, but you might get devoured by the ancient sloth monster. Overall, it is a very large document, but the key points are illustrated to you, namely the number of days per month that you will be expected to be in service. It's kind of like one of those like 5 days on, 5 days off kind of things. You have access to all of the facilities on the ship, of course access to Meridian, who can pretty much get anything that you need. Ship's doctor, of course, that all comes along with it. The signing bonus is an additional 500 gold pieces, so 1,000 gold pieces awarded to each of your characters here for the first opening bit. And once everything is signed over, Captain Piper gives you the details of your next mission. Let me get this set up here for notation. Alright, Lorvia is the name of the world that we will be visiting. It is a humid, hot jungle world, or largely jungle anyway. Most of the land masses are covered in tropical climate, and the rest of the world is pretty raucous oceans and a lot of rocky crag islands.
So, before we do disembark, you said that we are able to go to Meridian's inventory?
Yes, but of course, you wish to come visit Meridian, I would be pleased to make your acquaintance. And, thank you, now that you're mentioning going to visit him, each of you are given the standard field pack for your opening foray here, which at your level is going to be 3 potions of healing. And, yep, that about does it. For level 1, yeah, it's pretty basic. They just want to make sure you have some potions so that you can keep yourselves afloat. Again, bonus action to drink those, or if you spend an action, it will restore the full 10. And then, of course, anything you wish to do shopping with Meridian down here, you can do so before we head out on our mission.
Yes. Evanara would like to purchase a pair of Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Alrighty. How much he selling those for? What was it?
700.
700. I thought it was 6 or 9, so somewhere in between sounds about right. Yes, indeed. The Gauntlets of Ogre Power. Attunement specific, I believe.
Actually, it doesn't say. It just says it's a wondrous item. Uncommon. Strength. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Requires attunement, yes.
Ah, there it is, yeah. Yeah, normally it says it above all that stuff. Not too shabby, though. Nice strength bonus there for 700 coins.
I'm reading through. Am I able to do purchases in between sessions? So that way I don't take up the next X amount of time going through the items.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I think the other thing I'm going to purchase is a shield +1.
Very cool. Oh, damn, Gale's on a 7-stream streak right there on Twitch. Very nice. Thank you, thank you. Does anybody have anything else they want to do with Meridian right here and right now?
No, but I'm looking through the list, and possibly shortly.
Thinking about grabbing magic armor.
Very cool. Yeah, we can definitely give you all a few moments to look over the inventory. While you do so, I'll take a couple bites out of the sandwich. We'll be on the BRB screen while we do some shopping here, but we're still in the field of play.
If we were to buy something that required attunement, how soon would the attunement be able to be achieved?
Attunement can be done over the course of a short rest, or 1 hour.
And can I trade in my old shield for money?
Oh yeah, he'll buy back any gear for the standard 50% of the normal asking price.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Can I comment something on Druid today?
You were very muffled there.
I'm using my AirPods. I'm trying to figure out how. Is it? Can you hear me better now?
Yep, that's better.
Okay, so I was gonna talk louder. I'm kind of shy. Sorry, guys. Mithril armor, is that something that druids could use?
I'm not sure.
I don't think 5th edition has the ruling about the metal items with druids, does it?
I
It
thought
does.
it did.
They do not.
It does, but
If it does, then Mithril wouldn't work with it.
Okay.
Serpent Scale might, depending on how high your dex is.
Do?
Ironwood also works well.
Ooh, bag of holding.
Also, DM, you mentioned we got something. Did that go to like a group inventory, or was that individual?
That was our 3 potions of healing that everybody gets as part of their starting field pack.
Okay, so it's individual. Okay, I'll add them to my
Correct,
inventory.
yeah. Yeah, everybody gets 3 of those potions of healing. +1 shield, very nice.
Well, Evanar is all set and ready to go.
Excellent, Smithers.
Release the hounds.
You've just made yourself
yourself a very powerful enemy.
Fusion, eh? I'll have to remember that.
I'll crush him like a paper cup.
E equals MC squared. Dope. Let me get my notebook. That's more StarCraft reference, but it's still Mr. Burns' voice.
Is it weird that I want a bag of holding?
Oh, coming in a little muffled again. I think I heard bag of holding.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got plenty of those, and I'm pretty sure that's well within our affordability.
Yeah, if you guys want, I could use my gold to buy that for whoever wants to hold it, because I think I'm going to hold off on purchases for now.
Yeah, 500 gold for the bag of holding. If we want to get our hands on one of those early on.
Yeah, I'll hold it. I mean, I was gonna grab it, or I could split something.
These other groups are like, what the fuck? We had to wait till like session 6 before we got a bag of holding. This is some bullshit.
I'll splurge for the cloak of protection.
Alright, so who wants the bag of holding?
I'll take the bag of holding.
Alright, I took the gold out of my inventory.
Thank you.
And that was Lilith, right? I'm still learning voices.
Correct.
Got it.
You got me down for the cloak, right?
Bag of holding coming into the party. All right.
I think
Am I not
Andrew was
coming through
asking for
again?
something too.
Who's doing what now with the hoop?
Yeah, I got the cloak of protection.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's 800, right?
Cloak of Prot? Yeah, absolutely. 800. Yeah, we got access to a pretty fair amount of equipment starting off with 1,000 gold pieces. Ah, my bad. The 50% discount that you're talking about there is on the Beskar redemptions in the Twitch stream. So, like, if you redeem Beskars to like do the level ups or get magic items or what have you in that respect, that's where it's 50% off. Oh yeah, that's a pretty fat discount. Like the 100,000 Beskar option becomes 50,000 and so on and so forth. Alright, well we are back on the live stream. And we all caught up. Everybody got their hands on something here at least that we want.
Yep. Or at least of the stuff I can afford.
Sure.
Yes.
Ooh, do I have it in here? Oh, I think so. You guys want to see the most broken item ever?
Adventurer's Bedroll is a nice one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how much is that?
5 gazillion gold pieces.
He does not have that in his inventory. It's part of a special deck of extra magic items that I bought that we use when characters start getting into the epic levels and we need long rests a little bit more often.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, it has the nice little descriptor card that goes with it too. Looks pretty nondescript. You wouldn't think it was so cool.
Well, it had to get worked in for it to be able to give that bonus, you know.
Yeah. So back to the mission at hand, heading to planet Lorvia, a jungle planet where we have rumor that there is a relic, or perhaps a tablet that has information on Nihilus. What precise information and how useful it will be, of course, we hope to find out upon your retrieval of this item. We would like to drop you planetside with all haste. There is a ruins of an old city where we have tracked the location of this relic to somewhere in the subterranean sewers. It will not be a pleasant mission, but upon successful retrieval of the item, each of you will be paid 2,000 gold.
Avanara will not.
Piper, make sure each of you have your starting field kit with your 3 healing potions. You'll definitely be needing that. And get your best boots and your best adventurer's cloaks on, because where you're going, it's likely to get a little dirty. No recon or notes on what type of resistance, if any, we might expect to find there. They don't expect that it's going to be like a dungeon or a tomb or a temple or anything like that, where you might expect to find a large bunch of traps. But because it is kind of a wilderness and a ruined city, they do expect there may be some denizens of that area that were not native.
Well, before we go, can everybody see in the dark? Because it sounds like we might be in a dark area.
Just with a torch.
That was the Minotaur who said that?
Yes.
Well, even better. I can cast light at will, so I can make certain that you can see fine. I'll light up your weapon if you'd like.
How about on a nice rock that I can stick in a bag?
That works as well.
Callista will have like a bag of stones for magic stone.
Very cool.
You cast light on a stone that you can stick in a bag. That way you can douse the light without having
Right.
to cancel the spell.
Yep. I used to actually take a copper coin, drill a hole through it, and use it as a necklace with a little pouch.
Ah, very cool. I would just cast it on my sock and then kick the shoe off when I really needed to see, but we each have our own way.
Do it as a monk. Kick somebody in the face with it so you can show them the light.
Yes, the blinding foot. Blinding foot strike.
Face to foot style. How'd you like it, baby?
Blinded by the light. Boot to the head.
We purposely trained him wrong. As a
Oh
joke.
my gosh, I haven't heard anybody else reference that movie ever.
I love that fucking movie.
Me too.
That's a lot of nuts.
What are
Bye bye.
What were you saying there, buddy?
Was that Kung Fu Hustle or was that the other one?
Kung Pao.
Yeah, Kung Pao.
Oh, yeah. Right. Kung Pao into the fifth, right. Kung Fu Hustle was the other one.
And Boot to the Head comes from something older than that, even.
Oh, for sure. I think my favorite
Taco
part.
Bell, Taco Bell, product placement to Taco Bell.
Chosen one! I'm coming!
Beware the song of Big Butt. He kicks off to it.
Is there a place to actually post a link to that skit?
The Boot to the Head skit?
Yeah.
The Art Memes Music channel, or Animals Memes Music, whatever it is. It's kind of the catch-all fun channel right there. I used to have 3 separate channels, one for animals, one for music, one for art, and I was like, we'll just fucking combine it, because people were like, there's too many channels! You know what? You're right. Alrighty, so making our way to the field of battle here. The ruins themselves, it is a hot, rainy day, and the beacon that your characters are given lead to a number of entrances to the sewer levels. After trying your hand at a couple of them and determining that shortly after making your way subterranean, it was just kind of a collapse, cave-in, etc., have to turn around, try option B, option C. Finally, one of these sewer passages seems like it's going to lead somewhere, and there is definite evidence of something or some things living down here, just by the smell alone. If this place was uninhabited for as long as these ruins have apparently been in that state, the funk would not be on this level of hideousness. So even
Making
though,
my way downtown.
even as you're making your way in here and you don't see anything immediately, you all kind of know something is around. You start hearing little skittering claws that are kind of clacking against the stones. Some weird dialect in a language that none of your characters can speak, at least naturally. I've looked at your sheets. But there's definitely something here that is aware of your presence, and vice versa. They do not have any surprise on you, nor you on they. So let's get our first official battle map here. That last one was just kind of a plot device to push us into the story. This one, we actually are playing D&D. Welcome to Role Playing Unlimited, friends.
So, on the Minotaur, when we're entering into the dungeon, or the catacombs, or whatever you want to call it, I would have cast light on the stone for him, so that he can see.
Okay. I'm going to start dropping your tokens in here one at a time. You should start seeing things up here on the north side of the map. Okay. Yes, and here's where we're having the same issue as before. Hold off on any movement real quick until I can get everybody onto the map. I have to go back to that previous map and get all of our tokens. Who do I have here? Evanara and Boruk. Lieutenant is not with us. You always were an asshole, Gorman. Daniel, you have too many maps. There we go. Okay. See if I... Nice! Almost angled that perfectly. This, of course, does not have to be your marching order. This is just randomly how I have you set up. Bear in mind, it is a good 10 to 15, 12-foot drop more to be precise, from the narrow elevated pathways upon which you are walking down to the old murky sewer path below. there are not a lot of obvious ways to make your way up should you choose to go down there or accidentally fall down there.
Everything is black.
Well, alright then. Let's get your vision set up. Yutsuki, does your character have night vision? Yes, you does. Let's get night vision. Night vision! And while we're doing that, let's link it up to your token. Or I'm sorry, link it up to your character sheet. Oh, here's where everything crashed before, so may the force be with us. It doesn't want to recognize your artwork for some reason. Like when I load the token to your character sheet, it just shows up as like that broken picture file icon. So I guess we'll see what happens going forward. And then Evanara, same thing. You have no vision, so let's get you set. Andrew. Like, we can clearly see your token on the map here, but I don't know if it shows the same thing for you when you look on your character sheet. If you go to the little edit menu where you can import tokens and illustrations, your token now just shows us that little broken, weird picture file thing. Okay, so Evanara should be able to see now. If not, just do a Roll20 page reload.
Let me try something.
Yep, I can see.
Let me try something here.
Is anyone else unable to see? Uh-oh. Now we've got the clone. Who are you? I'm you. Then who are you? You're me.
And he said off the edge together. Long live the king.
In between breaks, I updated my token, so that's why you're. And if you haven't refreshed, you've probably seen that the old token is gone.
Which token needs to be removed? Because yeah, I think we're all seeing two of them here.
Yep.
Either one, I can control either one, so just.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get rid of this dude then, because he's in the water and his boots are going to smell when he gets back to the ship.
How high is the ceiling, please?
The ceiling in here is a good 40 feet high. Plenty of room for moving around. But now that we all are here in the field of play, if you're unfamiliar with the Roll20 interface, make sure your token is selected.
I can't move my token again.
Well, what in the world is happening?
Never mind, it was just the other thing I had drawing on instead accidentally.
Oh, gotcha. I was wondering where those yellow lines were coming from. Alright, so yes. Click your token, and then on your character sheet, click the initiative button. Let's get rid of Wednesday night's initiative here. And there's Yutsuki's broken icon there in the initiative as well. That's what I'm seeing when I look on his character sheet.
Yeah,
it's not broken, he's just invisible.
It might be, don't worry about it.
Holy
This is
shit!
a really good rogue.
Why did I make the cloak of invisibility uncommon? I didn't know everybody could buy one. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we're waiting on one of you, or you just didn't select your token. Either way, no worries. Who's missing, though?
But it wasn't a glitch, it was a feature.
I think we all rolled. I think Mayor is the only one whose name isn't showing, but he got a 15.
Oh, Mayor's character disappeared. I think he may have been selecting it and hit the backspace button.
Kiki Melon Fairy is not showing there either.
It's Kai, that's right. So Kai's...
Hi, Kai. I'm here.
Let's see, I'll get Kai put into the turn order here. Let's back you up right there.
Sorry, Kai. Didn't mean to miss that.
You got a 19.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then let's see who. Okay, so I gotta get Mayor back in there. Mayor
Sorry about that.
No worries. It happens often. I think that's almost always the case. If the map suddenly goes black on you in the middle of combat, it's because you had your token selected, you were typing something, and then you backspaced and accidentally deleted your token off the map. Okay, so that's all 6 of you. Now let's get the initiatives for these things. A 15.14. And then how about you guys?
Should we have ours set to tiebreakers?
It should be, yeah, in the settings menu for if you select Dex for tiebreaker, just in case. So 14.12 for the next suckers. And
What you talking about, sucker?
what you talking about with us? Okay, so we got that, and last one. 3 different types of foes. First combat. Alrighty. Reorganize that. Pretty well spread out there.
Also, guys, remember that I would have given you each at least 1 good berry before we came, because there's 5 of you. So, yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then one of you would have 1.
Definitely want to keep track of that, friends. And we can hear clittering and clattering and chittering and chattering all around the corners. On this side, we hear iron chains rattling against iron bars down in this direction. Some of you can actually see that far. As well as over in this direction, more iron chains rattling on iron bars. And the weird high-pitched gibberish that is in a language none of your characters can speak. So we know there's something up ahead. There is a distinct hostile vibe to what's going on here. With that in mind, Boruk, you have the first initiative here.
All right. And it is pretty clear that these are hostile?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to start by going 5, 10, 15, 20. Get a better view of what's happening.
Oh, definitely. You can see an iron cage with some weird things trapped inside of it. And on the other side, fumbling with the iron lock, is this weird cockroach humanoid looking thing. Inside the cage is a pair of... Oh dear God, what the hell is that? I think it's from fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Ooh.
I'll take the meat bridge. I'll take the meat bridge.
All right, and they don't see us yet, right?
They definitely are aware that your characters are here. Only one of your characters has a passive stealth decent enough to stymie their perceptions.
In that case, I'll use another 10 to go there. And then I'm going to take the dash action.
Okay. Just for clarity here, it is difficult terrain in this space here. Just due to...
On. Which space was it?
The space between the two that you're going. Just because it's an elevation change. If you walk down to here, you can see the stairs leading up to it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if those stairs were up and down. I was going to go there and take the... Okay.
Yeah, you can easily ascend it. It's just an extra 5 feet of movement.
Okay, yeah, so we'll do that. So then I'll go there. It'll bring me to 30.
Cool.
And then I'll dash.
Okay.
And then you said it's another drop down here?
Correct. That's a normal 5 feet. And you see another one up there to your north. It spots you with a exclamation point above its head. Metal Gear
Okay.
Solid sound effect goes off.
Then I'll use my last 20 feet
Oh,
to
shit!
get right up to this guy, charging at him with my great axe as I end my turn.
All right. His only response? Ah! All right, so Lilith, second up here in the initiative. Go right ahead with your turn.
Is this difficult terrain in the middle here? Oh wow.
It would be difficult terrain if you went down into the sludge. And then it's always difficult terrain for passing through an ally's space. So what is that? 10, 15,
Okay.
20 feet for you to get there, whereas normally it would be 15. Otherwise, you're still good to go.
Alright.
Likewise, you have an elevation difference here to your left. The stairs to climb it normally would be right here. It's only about a 4-5 foot high elevation, so you can easily just kind of pop yourself up there. It just counts as difficult terrain, just like passing through Myrdal's space there earlier. If you want to go that way.
There's no stairs. Oh no,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, the stairs are a good
Oh, okay.
20 feet
Okay.
further.
Okay.
Did you assign the good berries alphabetically?
Nope, I actually was looking at who was in the front row, and Yutsuki is more of a stealth character, so I figured he's probably not going to be in the middle of front-hand combat.
Gotcha, gotcha. There is a waterfall of some water from the rain fall in the ruins above, spilling down into the sewers here to the west, you can see. There's also a closed door just over the bridge and the passageway to the west.
Okay. I am going to stop where I'm at because I can't really see anything else further.
Oh, looks like you can if we pan all the way down this way. You can
Oh.
see, yep, you can see another of those iron cages and two of these things just snarling at the bit to get out of there. Looks like that is a good 50 feet away from you. If you have anything that can make that kind of range. The blind corners in these sewers want to make sure I'm not shortchanging any of you.
No, not at the moment.
Alrighty. Well, that's just your movement. You do still have your bonus action and your action if you wanted to use your action for a dash so you could move some more, or whatever the case may be. Alright.
Okay. Down there accessible. What is the distance now?
Oh, you're muffled there again. What was that?
Sorry, I am very new to this. What is the distance?
Since from here now?
Let's see. Looks like you moved another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, so you moved the full 30, so I guess they'd be... Yeah, 25 feet away. There's another one of those cockroach people up on a ledge 20 feet away. And as you make your way in that direction, you catch out of your peripheral. There's another one up here around the corner from where you were just standing.
Oh my lordy.
Yeah, you just rushed right out into the middle of a potential flustercuck here. Anything with your bonus action, or calling it a day right there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it a day right here.
All right. So the roachlings, as they are called, will take their first turns. 2 of them are just doing the obvious. They're going to unlock the cages and free the prisoners within. That will leave 1, 2, 3, 4 of them to do other stuff. So this one that's on the ledge gives Lilith a sly wink as he raises a dart that is no doubt intended for her. And he's going to attempt a persuasion check in the process and get a 0 because he has disadvantage because you're not a roachling. Not that a 2 would have been any better in his attempt to somehow seduce / injure you at the same time. These things have weird connection rituals. He throws a dart and gets another natural 1. That dart that dart just impacts the side of the wall a good 3 feet below where you're standing, and it falls into the muck. Right, great job, roachlings. Womp womp. We'll send it over north to this one, who is currently startled, but we will draw the short S word. I'll take S words for 500, Alex. Slice! And 11. I don't know about that. Nope. It did its best, and its best just weren't good enough. Let me check. Is that what I think it is? It is.
A beholder?
Yes. Oh, perfect. So yes, Boruk has a nice glimpse out of his peripheral vision down here to the end of the hallway. And he sees what appears to be an open treasure chest. And as his eyes turn to that direction, another roachling scatters out from that corner, starts to descend those stairs right there, and then it throws a dart in your direction. Oh, ouch! A 22 to hit for 5 piercing. It's a nasty dart. And that will leave one final one of these things. It's going to 5, 10. Yes. Oh, damn. All right. Well, it is going to stealth itself up right there and effectively vanish from vision. So that will pass it over to Merda for your first turn. Hello, hello. Stepping on south, got that elevation on your left side there. And your vision is... yeah, you don't really see much of anything. You can hear stuff going on out in the dim light over in this direction. The sounds of the beast snarling and smashing against the iron cage. You can hear the same thing going on down here. In this direction, you hear a Boruk, you hear a Boruk messing around with one of these things. And yeah, it looks like just at the exterior of your vision, you could see the door over here to the west. Stepping on over to back up Lilith. Got it. Range target on the roach over there. I don't know if you're trying to talk. We're not hearing you.
Sorry, I'm just. Is there any way down into where those things are down there?
You could try to jump across the gap right there, or alternatively, it would appear the long way, if you just stuck to the ground, would be to go all the way to the west there, and it looks like it would then loop around to this side of the passageway.
I'm gonna try and jump it.
All right. What is your strength score? Definitely had a running
18.
jumping start. Very good. That will help. Let's see. Rules: movement, jumping, long jump, number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least that. So yeah, that's going to. Yeah, you're good.
And that would end my action.
Alrighty. So up next will be the little creatures that were trapped inside the cells. And here comes one of them right for the Minotaur. And it bites. And just gnaws at the leather on your boots. And
I laughed tauntingly at it.
let's see, this one is going to...
It's looking for the light spelled sock.
No. Yeah, this one's just gonna get right up on its heels and snarl in frustration, as there's just not enough room for it to get into combat there. It kind of looks down into the sewage as if to contemplate trying to get down there to come around, but realizes that's a long drop, and these are not big creatures by any stretch of the imagination. And up next, moving on out. And action for dash. We'll carry that one across the bridge. Likewise, action dash will get it onto the bridge. That is it for them. That'll pass it over to Callista for your first turn.
All right, so she's gonna let's see, move forward, I guess. So gonna move to here for flying.
How high up is your flight?
Right now it's just flying over there, so at ground level, just to fly across.
Gotcha.
And then I guess I'm gonna move 5 more.
Okay.
So
Float
that I
on
can
up to that.
see something. Yep, and then gonna move 5 up Do you have like a indicator to do a 5-up or?
We do. If you click your token and then click that circle at the bottom, that will open up the icon menu, and we got a lot of them. Scroll almost all the way to the bottom and you'll see a bunch of wings with different elevation markers on them, 5, 10, 15, etc. And that's how we illustrate the third dimension.
Except it doesn't go high enough for my character in the Sunday game.
Yeah, in those cases you have to like put 2 of them on.
So let's see. Gonna cast Fairy Fire, and onto the one right in front of Myrdal as the one corner of the Fairy Fire.
Gotcha. Let me grab one of those.
So kind of like trying to get all of those in that area, if that makes sense.
I think so. Go ahead, post the spell up into the chat, please. Spells 1. I know I have something. Not that. There you are. Fantastic. A 20-foot cube, so that's 10, 15, that's 20. That's our fairy fire right there.
Yeah, if you can move the top right-hand corner to where the first villain is. Or can I move it?
Yep, I just assigned it to you. You go ahead and set it up as you like. Uh-oh.
It stuck.
Let's
can't
see.
the move.
Is this what we're looking at?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. All right.
It's a trap!
Okay, so any of them who are in the area, dexterity saving throw, that is 2 of them and 2 of them. Boop, boop. And boop, boop. Save is 13, so no, yes, no, yes. Looks like one of them makes it, one of them does not. Put that over on the map layer just for ease. And the way I will do this is just change their shade on the token. So yeah, this one has more of a greenish color to it now, whereas the other one is the traditional yellow. And then same thing for the wretch. It will also get a green sickly shade to differentiate that it is covered in the fairy fire. That's your move, that's your action. Anything else?
Yeah, bonus action, casting Magic Stone, and then end turn.
Cantrip, very cool. Gotcha. Just imbuing them for now. Okay. So up next is this thing. Well, this is just kind of random. 1, 2, is that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Looks like there's 4 of you that will fit the bill. And it's number 1. Ha ha, sucks to be you. Okay. Intelligence save. Oh, I think it made it. Yes, it did. However. Ow! Half damage is 5. And that will spoil this one's stealth. It was so looking forward to getting the jump on Callista next round because it was perfectly stealthed with a 25 right next to where you are currently hovering above. But somehow it just took a nasty psychic headache damage from somewhere for over half its hit points, and it recoils in a scream, revealing its presence. And that'll pass it to Evanara's turn.
All right. So there's a 5-foot elevation, you said. Callista's hovering above that right now.
Correct.
So does that mean that I can see this thing's face?
You can see it just kind of popping up over the elevation there. Absolutely.
All right. Then I am going to hit it with a luminous bolt.
All right. Does have a bit of cover bonus. Oh, damn! And the cover bonus makes up for it.
So I miss.
That's a miss, my friend.
Can I use my inspiration that I got from the pole?
Yes, you can. A 21 will absolutely hit. Its AC is 15 with the cover.
So it takes 4 radiant damage and has to make a con saving throw DC 13 or be blinded.
Well, it's permanently blinded because it's dead.
That works too.
Well done.
Yeah, well played.
As Callista sees a beam of light shoot out from between her legs.
Hey now.
She grins at Evanara.
Over to Yutsuki, I believe.
Okay, so I saw everybody run, and I hear a lot of stuff. I really can't see a whole lot yet. So I'm going to move up to get a better vantage point. Right there.
Nice.
Let me see. And I can see one. I guess I can see one guy there. Vantage point. So I'm going to draw my short bow and take a shot at this guy right here.
Okay.
All right. So let's see.
Damn, that's the one that made it save against the fairy fire too. Otherwise, you'd have advantage. Oof. 14 is good enough to hit.
All right, and that should be 11 points of damage to like and applies a sneak damage to it.
Oh yeah, you've got an ally right next to it, so definitely a sneak attack. And 11 damage is gonna leave that thing in dire straits.
And I'm assuming from where I'm at, since I can't see hardly any other creatures, I'm assuming no other creatures can see me, so that's right where I'm going to stay.
Alright. Well, that will close out our first round of activity, and we're creeping up on the end of the session, but I think we can get one more round in here. What do you say? Go ahead, Bork.
Alright. Okay. I could hear the fighting going on right around the corner, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. In that case, seeing the reinforcements coming and hearing them fight, I am going to attempt to shove this one that's in front of me.
Okay.
And is that an athletics check?
It will be. I just need to confirm. Making an attack.
That's a bull rush.
You can make a special melee attack if you're able to. Must be more than that instead of making an attack. Okay, so yeah, it's a strength athletics check contested by their athletics or dexterity check.
All right. Ooh.
Yikes. Well, let's see what this thing's got. Oh, damn! Edged you by 1.
Unless I use my card.
Oh.
Or my boon, I should say.
What do you think?
Uh,
I have no idea what it is, so if you do play it, I'm going to try to steal it from you so I can see what it is.
I'll play it. It's the Rune of Luck.
Gotcha. And let's see. This is Kev. I'm going to steal. Gimme.
Let it go?
Yeah, let it go. Alright, so this is... I forgot I'm still holding on to all the deck of many things cards here. Rune of Luck. Reroll, you must use the second result. So in this case, you can re-roll, or you can just say, I'm going to use that 19.
I'll use that 19 onto his 13.
All right. I'm going to use the 20 and edge you out by 1 again. Ha ha! Just kidding.
Okay. Everyone's like, I'm like, hey, I don't know if he has inspiration.
Nah, bad guys very seldom get inspiration.
Okay. Now, second question with this. Is there the possibility that I push at an angle so he falls into this sewer? I don't know what it is underneath this bridge.
It is sewer. It is sewage. I figured that's what you were going for. So yeah, definitely. You knock it prone, or push it 5 feet away from you. So basically, we're gonna push it 5 feet away. That is going to provoke another acrobatics check from this thing. Oh damn! And it failed. So it takes 3 points of damage from falling uncomfortably. And that's almost half its total hit points right there. So it looks up at you with a snarl.
Okay. And shove is a bonus action, or is that a class-specific bonus action?
It's a class-specific bonus action, so that was your attack.
My main attack. Okay, perfect. Yeah. That's fine. In that case, I will look to regroup with the party. So that's 20 feet, and right up here is... you know what? Actually, I'm going to stay here and just cover this flank.
Okie doke. So over to Lilith's turn here.
Yes, I'm gonna move down a little here.
Oh, but just your mic. You got that fuzz coming in again.
Uh-oh, sorry.
I'm kind of talking quiet again, too.
It's like night and day. It's so weird. It's like... All right. Well, you guys can hear me now, right?
Sorry. It's my thinking voice. Okay, so I'm moving down a little, and I'm going to use Produce Flame. Sorry, took my finger off the button in the middle of talking.
Oh, good.
How to cast this roll. Which is why I keep ending up putting up all these crazy things. Sorry. Am I doing the want again?
No, not right now. That's what they were equating it to. Man, that just made my day there in the private Discord. Thank you so much. That just made my day. I appreciate you.
Oh.
Produce flame. Okay, flickering flame in your hand. Sheds bright light, dim light, and blah, blah, blah. And then you can attack with it. Okay. So when you cast it, or as an action on a later turn, well, you can hurl it right now if you want. So yeah, 17 will hit either one. Are you hitting the injured one or the easier to hit one?
This one right here.
Go with the one that failed its save against the fairy fire. So that is a hit.
Yes.
And looks like we just need a D8 after that for fire damage. 7. What you know about 7? Oh, it's resistant to fire. It only takes 3.
Oh, womp womp.
Womp womp.
Are you about to call me an asshole?
Live and learn, guys. No.
All right. Anything else there with your turn? You still have your bonus and a little bit of movement, looks like.
Sorry about that. Cantrip. Is that a bonus?
Some of them can be. Likewise, some of your first level spells can also be bonus actions. It really just depends on which ones you selected and what their specifications are.
Hold 1 second, please.
Correct. She did use a cantrip already, so I guess it would have to be a first level spell. Holy crap! Well,
oh my
damn.
god.
Well,
I do.
Well, let's not waste the natural 20. Let's definitely chalk that up to user error and rule of cool that for the time being. Melee spell attack within 30 feet. So who just got hit with a natural 20? Same one or the other one?
I'm gonna grab the same one and throw him into those bars off to the left.
That is a portcullis and some bars, yeah, that just kind of are designed to catch things in the sewer.
Well, can they catch this?
Alright, so we're gonna pull this thing down into the pit. Looks like we're missing the damage on your spell again. That's kind of weird.
Oh, what do I roll? Sorry, D6?
Yeah, die 6, piercing. And then this thing needs to roll acrobatics. Hey, it made it! So it doesn't take any damage from the fall, but it does take all the damage from the whip. And now it's down there, down in the pit, down in the pit.
In the pit again.
Alright, so unless you're...
Yeah, that's my end.
Alright, so we'll pass it to the roachlings.
While he's figuring out what the roachlings are doing for your damage, where you rolled your attack roll, and you know where it says Thorn Whip? If you left-click Thorn Whip itself in the chat, it should automatically roll the damage for you.
Excellent.
Very interesting. Good to know.
This one right here will stab at the Minotaur. A 15 to hit, a near miss. That will prompt this one here to just kind of skitter around the backside of the cage. It's like trying to brush this fairy fire effect off of itself, not realizing that it's just not possible. And it just saw the Minotaur do the coolest leaping thing over the pit, so in response it's going to do the same thing here and jump across. And try something cool in the process. This will be a disadvantage because it's definitely playing outside of its challenge rating now. It's going to try to throw the dart at Merdal as it is in mid-jump. Merdal has a +2 cover bonus for AC because of the wretch in front of him. So disadvantage attack against a 19 armor class. Let's see what this thing's got. Oh my god! A 21 to hit for 5 piercing.
Wow.
Somehow this thing does a superhero landing and just like comes up in touchdown mode like, yes!
He pulls it out in clutch.
Wow. Alright, so that is a strike with a dart. And then up next. Yeah, this one's going to have to use its action to try to get out of where Boruk just pushed it down. So it will acrobatics, try to scale. It does! That is 10, 20 feet. 25 feet is its movement. And then it will Oh no, that was... No, it wasn't. Okay, so yeah, we'll throw a dart at Boruk. And miss horribly with a 13. Or no, it's shit. I think that hits, doesn't it?
We can't hear you, Andrew.
It's against Kev.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 damage, you said?
Correct, yeah, the one you shoved down into the pit, climbed out, and threw a dart at you.
What an asshole.
He really is. And this one's going to step out onto the ledge and try to keep you fleeing from their precious treasure over there with another dart. Oh, another stabby stab for another 4. Oof. They are teaming up on the flesh golem over there. That's 1, 2.
I'm still standing.
Damn, he's tough.
Yeah, he do.
And I didn't even rage.
So that's 15, 25
What?
movement. This has virtually no chance of landing. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Lilith is exactly 60 feet away from this roachling. All the way over here, which is the farthest possible distance it can throw a dart. So it's going to toss a dart with disadvantage because of the distance. Oh, dear God. Double natural 20s.
My God.
Wow.
Damn.
So 7 piercing damage as the dart somehow just lands ever so gently in your jugular. Oh, God, why?
Good thing you got those good berries.
For real. Jeez. So that is it for the roachlings, mercifully.
Damn, has to do this.
So 7 damage there on Lilith. It passes it over to our Minotaur friend over here.
I give this wretched thing a mighty boot and swing at it with my greatsword.
All right. Oh, man. Well, thankfully, these things are rocking an 11 AC, so a 12 will just edge it out.
Woohoo.
And 11 slashing is a lot more than it had. Slice and dice.
Is this thing somewhere that I can actually get to, or is that down in the pit?
It's down there, yeah, like 12 feet down below you.
Then I'll use a bonus action to gulp a good berry.
All right. Oh, I think it's an action for Goodberry. It's a bonus action if you want to drink a healing potion, though.
Then I'll gulp a healing potion.
All right. 2 die 4 plus 2 will be the results of that. Pass it over to the wretches. Wow. Alright, well this thing will just continue the forward momentum and scamper on out of the sewer pit there. And try... Did you get that 7 damage there, Kai? Looks like you're still at full HP there on your character.
Oh my gosh. I should have. Well, yeah, I did it on the iPad. Hang on.
Oh no! Because I believe this thing just knocked you unconscious with its bite attack. Seven damage from the crit, 6 from the bite right here. Yeah, that would put you at 0, unless you have a special.
I'm at 0, not 2.
What's that?
I'm at 0.
Well, you'd be at 2 hit points after taking the 7, but then this thing just came up and bit you for an additional 6.
Lays down.
Yeah, unless you have a boon card that could prevent that or something. We have an unconscious character. That is it for that one. That one is dead. "20 feet. What the hell? What the hell, Bobby? Now this one just rushes as fast as it can along that pathway, seemingly coming right for Yutsuki, but it's hard to tell if it actually sees you or if it's just like running in that direction. That was a move and a dash, however. This one is doing the same thing, just along the other path. And same thing, Boruk is not sure if this thing sees him or if it's just naturally like just running off the loose now that it's been let free of its cage. Either way, that is it for their turn, so over to Callista.
Alright, yeah, Callista is going to go up 10 and then move forward.
You could be moving forward at the same time as ascending the 10 feet.
The good old Pythagorean's theorem. Let's see, if train A leaves Los Angeles at 9 a.m. and train B leaves Chicago... Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
If there's a train traveling 60 kilometers an hour in the south, and another train traveling 80 kilometers towards the north, and a snake is crawling through the grass, what time is it in New York?
4:20 somewhere.
42.
Actually, it would be 12:07 in New York.
Wow, nice. Okay, so from there, sorry, I forget which one is the one that is fairy fired.
Both of them on this side. They've got the
okay.
the green shades to them. So yeah, they've both got the glow.
Okay, gonna smack the one that's fighting Lilith.
Okay.
Okay, so
Fairy Fire just gives advantage to hit them. It doesn't impose disadvantage on the targets, right?
Yes, indeed.
Gotcha. Oh, baby! Hells yeah.
Oh, baby, baby.
So the one that's haranguing Lilith right there catches a stone between the eyes and is... You got knocked the fuck out, man!
Sweet. Yeah, she hauls up and throws it like a baseball.
Clock.
That's it. End turn.
Alright, so next we have... Nope. And... 1, 2... 10, 20, 30, 40, 50... Okay. Only 2 of you. Oh, it's Callista this time! Damn it! Oh shit, actually this may not happen. Correct, it does not happen. This thing gets no turn. Over to Evanara.
So I'm going to go to here. Are these things wearing metal armor?
They are not wearing any armor. They just have like a chitinous exterior that gives them a little bit of natural armor.
Okay. And then there's this one down here that's got the fairy fire on it. So I'm going to attack it with Chill Touch. For an at 20. 7 damage.
Wow, that's exactly how many hit points it has.
Instant
Nice.
kill. As a bonus action, on my sleeping friend here,
Healing word. Yes!
she gets the 4, plus she also gets 3 more because of my cleric level thing, my life cleric.
Sweet.
So she heals 7 hit points.
Amazing.
Oh dear. Thank you ever so much.
Frickin' awesome. Well, let's wait to see what happens with our last turn of the evening here before the full results of that are displayed. Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay, can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what I'm going to do is, these creatures here, how big are they? Right here.
I believe they're medium size, so yeah, like somewhere around your
Alright.
average halfling dwarf size.
Okay. All right. A little bit of a strategy here. I'm going to run at it. So that's 15 feet a moment. Like I'm going to attack it. And I'm trying to get its attention, like draw its attention right at me. Like, did you hear all that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, right before I'm about to run into it, I'm going to Misty Step behind him here. And then turn around and shoot him in the back.
All right.
Now I'm hoping
Trying to
that
give himself his own
qualifies-
flanking.
Yeah, I'm hoping that qualifies as a sneak attack, because I'm attacking him from behind. I tried to draw his attention forward, disappeared, attack him from the back. I'm hoping that counts as a sneak attack.
Oh yeah,
Your
against this thing, its perception is completely caught off guard. It thinks it knows where you are, and then it has no idea, so advantage attack for sneak.
Nice.
So 13 will definitely hit its 11 armor class for 9 piercing. Oh, looks like your token
Oh wait,
is...
let me see if I can do that. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, that'll and that's my turn.
Alrighty. So that will
Hopefully I'm in the
close out that round. Oh, what's up?
Oh, like I said, I'm hoping I'm in the safe spot because no one's near me.
So far, yeah. I mean, for the time being, you're okay. You've got that guy on the ledge, like 30 feet to the east of you. But otherwise, so far so good for what you got going on.
Strategic point. Well, all right, good. I'm good.
Make sure Lilith gets that AC, or I'm sorry, the HP boost that she just got there. No longer unconscious. And this is definitely something that happens more in the lower levels of play here at our Role-Playing Unlimited tables, as opposed to the higher levels of play. The mid-combat threshold for level up, combined with our earlier encounter with Nihilus, our exceptional roleplay thereafter, and the portion of the combat at hand that you have cleared so far, that is sufficient for each of your characters to gain 300 XP if you enter that on the XP line for your character sheet. that little red anvil next to your class will begin to pulse. Click that to open up the Character Mancer and begin your ascension to level 2. The only caveat to that is with Roll20, when you do a level up, it treats it as a long rest. That is not the case. So make sure to track what you've used, what your current hit point value is, anything in that respect, because those all stay the same, less anything new that you get. So let's take Baruch for example. He's at 2 hit points. If you gain 10 new hit points, your new value is 12 of 24.
Got it.
You get the new hit points added to your max and your current. Likewise, if you get new spells, those new spell slots are immediately applicable, but any spell slots that you've already spent are still spent. Another Role-Playing Unlimited house rule here is, yes, of course, you can take the average for your hit points.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Should we roll for it?
You can choose to take the average. If you choose to roll, and you roll a 1, you can roll a second time, but if you roll a 1 on that re-roll, you're stuck with it. So there is a little incentive to try for the roll, but again, it's happened 2 times that I can count where somebody rolled a 1 and then followed it with another 1. So roll at your own risk, but otherwise...
So we're leveling up. So we're leveling up right now?
Yes, sir.
Which do I take?
Yep, just going forward, it's one or the other as far as the average or the roll. But yeah, well played tonight. It was a genuine pleasure sharing the table with all of you, and I look forward to our next session a couple weeks out from now. Definitely take a look over that Meridian's inventory in between sessions. Get familiar with any items that you're not intimately familiar with, just to kind of get an idea of what you may want to purchase from that shop in the future. Otherwise, we will be closing out our session here tonight. Couple days off here at Role-Playing Unlimited until we are back on Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific, with Group 3 continuing their mission in the Illithid Casino. And then Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, Group G24 continues their assault, A Change in the Weather, as they are also involved in a world-ending situation on another of my homebrew planets. It's like I'm just in such a hurry to destroy all my fabulous creations in one fell swoop. So check us out this Sunday. Again, Thursday crew, fantastic job. Thank you so much for an amazing session, and I look forward to seeing you all a couple weeks from now. Have a good night, all. Are you with us?
All right.
Good night.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Ciao, y'all.
Great game, y'all. Bye.